Hello, my name is Grace. This is very weird for me to do. I've done stuff like this before, but it's been a really long time. I don't know why I'm treating this like a job interview. I keep starting over, saying things as if I have to interview for you guys, which I guess it's sort of like that. One of the reasons I wanted to start a YouTube channel was mostly because I was just inspired to do so by all of the YouTubers that I watch currently. I think most people nowadays kind of want to venture into this sort of thing, right? Like it's not a new thing to want to do. Like everybody wants to be a YouTuber, right? But I do think that, I definitely have other reasons for wanting to do this besides just being like, hey, they're doing that, so I can do it too. One of the main reasons is because I've just recently, within the past 2 years, gotten back into reading more. I used to be a really avid reader when I was a child, and unfortunately, I kind of stopped reading so much when I got to college. And I've been watching a lot of YouTubers talk about books, and it just seems really fun. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk about books. I'm going to talk about other things as well. Another reason why I want to start this channel, probably the actual main reason, is because I am working on a creative project. I am writing a book, which is really crazy to say out loud because I've only told my boyfriend Brett that I'm writing a book. I haven't told anybody else. I've been working on it for a little over a year now. Haven't gotten very far, but I think I'm in a place where I'm starting to work on it a lot more and get more serious about it. And like so many other people on YouTube that talk about writing and are writing books, a lot of the times they start YouTube channels because they think that that will help them to stay motivated in their creative projects. Now that I've put it out into the world, I have to do it. There's no other option. Because otherwise now I'll just be extremely embarrassed if I don't. So I'm writing a book. So I'll tell you a little bit about myself. Like I said, I used to be a really big reader when I was younger. I also wrote a lot when I was younger. I think my parents thought I was going to be a famous writer one day. Hope to make them proud. And I thought I was going to be a writer one day. That's kind of what I wanted to be when I grew up. I went to college for English literature at first. I really wanted to study that. I loved literature. I grew a love for it in high school, especially. And I had decided to be a professor. That's kind of what I wanted to do when I was in college, mostly because I had some cool English professors my freshman year, and I thought I could be cool like them. I got into my sophomore year, and I think that's when I started to. I didn't hate school. I still liked school. I still liked going to literature classes and learning, but I started to like not be as interested in some of the books. Sometimes I think when you're taking literature classes, it can just take one book that really bogs you down and to make you think, is this what I'm supposed to do? Especially since we go to college so young and you go throughout high school thinking that you're really intelligent and good at reading and writing and you're good at analyzing literature, and then you get into a college course and there's this one book that you just don't really like that much, and everyone else seems so much smarter than you. That happens a lot when you head into your second year, I think, of college, because you're taking classes with uh, older people, and so they're more vocal than you in class, and they just sound so smart. And so, really, it just takes that, at least for me, it takes that one bit of like that voice in your head that says, this is not what you're meant to do. And then it sends you spiraling, and you're like, what am I supposed to do? I've been doing this for a year already. This is going to sound like a little bit of a tangent. I promise I'm going to get on track here. It's going to make sense to the whole story. So, my sophomore year, I ended up doing this thing called the Disney College Program. I don't know if anybody has heard of that. You probably have, though. So, I went to Disney World and I worked, had a great time, worked an attraction there at Animal Kingdom, made two of the best friends I've ever had in my life. Still to this day, they're my best friends. Don't regret going at all. The thing is when you do something, when you're already in such a vulnerable point of your life of not knowing what you want to do and you're questioning if you've made the right decision on your education, you're very young. I was 20 years old at the time. And then you make this big decision to basically uproot your entire life, live in a state that you hadn't lived in before, and just do something that is, I mean, as you can imagine, working at a theme park that you see thousands of people a day, your life is sort of warped by that. You're living in like a just a magical fantasy world, with like you're meeting so many new people and having so many new experiences so young, and you were already spiraling out of control before that. So this seems like a good thing, though. Like you seem like maybe you found your place. So when I left the college program the first time, I went back to college, decided to change my major to something else that I was good at and something else that I liked, which was theater. I decided I wanted to work for Disney like as a career. I wanted to try to be an Imagineer. I really liked technical theater, and while I was going to school for that, again, made some amazing friends and don't regret it at all. I was sort of specializing, at least I thought I was specializing. In my mind, I was specializing in scenic design. So that was my goal. I was going to study scenic design, go to graduate school and study themed scenic design for theme parks specifically, and then work at Disney. I did the college program one more time in college, then came back to college, finished my degree, and then moved down to Florida to work at Disney. I didn't have the best time. It's it's like each time I would go back, it just wasn't the same as the first time. I just became very disillusioned with it, and over the past few years, I have been back and forth sort of with what I want to do. And I've been like sort of teetering on the edge of like doing a YouTube video or YouTube channel. And so now I thought that this was the perfect time to start it because I'm trying to get serious about writing. When I left Disney the last time and I was like, I'm not working here anymore, this isn't what I want to do, I didn't end up going to graduate school like I'd planned. I was basically just, I felt like I was just doing nothing that I had ever planned to do. I went to school for theater, got this technical degree. I can't even get jobs in that field because nobody will hire me without experience. Can't get experience unless they hire me. I had tried to reach out to theaters to volunteer, to do like tech for their shows, and never got responses. So I was feeling really lost, to be completely transparent. I thought, I had wasted all of this time, and I couldn't help but feel like this sort of immense regret over choosing theater. Of course, I don't really feel that because I met, some wonderful people while doing theater. I met some wonderful people by going back to Disney, and those are the best part. But now I'm regretful that I don't have a career path that I want to do. So I kind of had to go back to the drawing board, I guess, and like think of what it was that I truly wanted to do, but I didn't want to force anything. It was around this point that I realized I really missed reading and writing. I think it was really when I started watching a lot of YouTubers uh, talk about books, and it sort of reinvigorated my love for that, and I missed it. So I started picking up some of these books that they were suggesting, and I just fell in love with reading again, and it was really great. Of course, I've been writing a lot more, and it kind of just turned into this hobby that I was doing at first. I didn't have a job that I particularly loved, but I had a steady job, and I was reading and writing in my spare time. I also sort of quit social media. I took like Facebook and Instagram off my phone and Twitter. I really only have like YouTube and Letterboxd on my phone now. I removed like TikTok as well. That's another topic for a different video, I guess, but that has been really good for my life, I think. So as this hobby sort of grew, I I would remember that this actually makes a lot of sense that I'm doing this now, because this is what I wanted to do as a child. I wanted to be a writer. Maybe this was what I was supposed to do. There's like something interesting about that when you are sort of realizing that you've found what you're supposed to do. And so it feels like this really big aha moment. Like, yes, I finally know after all of these years of struggling, you finally have that moment of realization. And at first you're really happy, right? But then there's something interesting that happens, because I think with that realization comes a sense of new dread and anxiety, sort of gotten away with saying, like, oh, yeah, I love reading and I love writing throughout my life, but never having to put any energy into it to take it seriously, to make it, my career or my life. Now realizing that it is something I want to do as a career. It's scary because I'm 28 years old and I feel like I've wasted a lot of time. I think that that really cranks up the imposter syndrome. I didn't go to school for writing. I didn't study literature. I can't help but feel like now that I've discovered this thing, or really rediscovered this thing that I want to do, it feels unattainable because I feel like I'm not qualified. You sort of realize that there's all these hurdles that you're going to have to get over when you have these sorts of big realizations in your life. So I've been, going in and out of these like sort of moods or spirals of feeling really confident and then feeling extremely the opposite, feeling just not cut out for it at all. I've been a creative person my whole life, had, my serious bouts of imposter syndrome, but this feels entirely different. And I can't help but wonder if it's because I'm not cut out for it, or if it's because I am cut out for it. And this is what everybody goes through. I watched a movie the other day. I've actually watched two movies recently, and both of them had similar themes. And they kind of are the reason why I am doing this video right now when I am doing it. I think I mentioned earlier, I've been sort of, on the edge of making a YouTube channel finally. Fun fact, just a little side note, I did have a YouTube channel at one point when I did my Disney college program the second time I did it. I was really bad at vlogging, so I have a microphone now. Hopefully this will be better. I'm not running around a theme park, so sorry. Maybe I can do that if that's something you guys want to see, but anyways, both of these movies were kind of the reason why I am doing this now. Really, mostly the first one because I had made the decision when I watched the first one. As I'm sure a lot of you are, you know, familiar with this feeling. If you've started a YouTube channel or you want to start a YouTube channel, there's always that sort of voice that's like, maybe another time, maybe when I get a better camera, maybe when I get a microphone. I was watching this movie. It's called, I'm really sorry, this is going to sound really stupid with my southern accent, but I'll try to say it clearly and not stupidly. It's called Yi Yi by Edward Yang. I really hope I'm getting that right too. I'm pretty sure the director was Edward Yang. It's sort of a movie about feeling like you've wasted your life. Oh my gosh, all the film people are going to come after me because they're going to be like, that's not what the movie was about at all. Are you stupid? But that's what I took from it, okay? And I think that's important. I was just getting so much from it. Like, it just really, really resonated with me. It's a pretty long movie. It's almost 3 hours long, but I do recommend it for everyone. I I really truly can't describe how I felt about it. I also don't want to spoil it, but I was just watching it and like I said, it to me it really felt like a movie about feeling like you've wasted your life, or are you currently wasting your life? And is it only a waste of your life if you think of it that way? And I think I just decided, like, I can't keep making excuses for not doing the things that I want to do. In the middle of watching that movie, I ordered this really crappy microphone and I said, I'm gonna do it. I'm going to make this video. I kind of, while watching that movie, and then I forgot I mentioned a second movie. I watched a film yesterday that sort of, it was just like the icing on top of the cake of this cake of life revelations. It's called The Novelist's Film by Hong Sang-soo. It was a great film. Also, very similar themes, or at least that's what I took from it personally. And isn't that great that we can all consume art and get so many different things out of it? Like, the thing that I think about this film might not be what you think about it. But when I watched these films, they resonated with me so much that I was, moved to action. They were calling me out specifically. I couldn't go any more without being what I wanted to be. I want to be a better reader, so I will read more. I want to be a writer, so I will write more. I want to make YouTube videos, so I will make YouTube videos. So I think I'll probably end the video there. I don't know how long it's going to end up being because I feel like I just talked for like an hour. I guess I should tell you what my plans are for this channel. I kind of already have told you. I'm writing a book, so I'll probably be talking a little bit about writing from a non-professional standpoint. Will not really be able to give advice or anything because I don't know what I'm doing, as I've very clearly stated for all of you here. I will talk about books. I, as you can probably tell, love film as well. If you like those things, if you like reading, writing, watching film, consuming art, and being creative, I hope that you like this video. I hope that you subscribe. I hope that I didn't sound like a rambling crazy person. I hope that you are watching this, whoever you are, wherever you are. And I hope that you subscribe, obviously. And I hope that I stick to this. I hope that this is the beginning of not wasting any more time. And I hope that resonates with you as well.